Hello everyone, Arun here. In this session, we will just run through and familiarize ourselves with the MongoDB shell without worrying about the details of commands that we give and all. And that we will be seeing later in a session where we will be seeing the create, read, update, delete, CRUD operations in MongoDB. For this session, we will just run through the shell, get familiar with the document structure or key value structure, which is the basic for MongoDB. So for that, we will blindly repeat the steps as per the getting started guide provided by in the reference documentation itself. We will just read through that. I will just reduce the size of this. Okay, you can actually have an option to do that without installing itself. You can directly do it in the shell itself. So but since we have already installed, we will do in this thing. Okay, so we will directly go. So first thing is that db, we will run the shell mongo shell mongo sh shell is up. So if you type db, that will tell me which is the current database. So and that will be told in this prompt also test. So now first thing is that's a default database. I can change it to any database that I want. So unlike MySQL kind of thing, we need not create database before calling it. We can directly call it by the name, like use examples. So it will switch to database called examples. Now if we call by db, that will return me examples. The thing to note there is actually the database examples will be created only when you actually insert some data into it. Till that time it is only in the concepts, right? Okay, then next steps. We will go to next page. Okay, step 2, insert. So we will try to insert some data into it. So we will not worry about the syntax and all. Only thing we will worry about is how what we call a document, right? So as I told earlier, uh, MongoDB say follows a JSON notation, binary version of a JSON notation. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. So you can search that in Google and all how it looks. So it basically means that my data will be centered around a pair that is key value. So suppose just like we need a particular key to open a particular lock. For example, if you consider this between these two curly braces, the whatever is shown in this orange color are called the keys, and whatever is shown in the blue or green color are actually the values corresponding to the corresponding keys. For example, title is Titanic. So key is title and the value corresponding to title is Titanic. So similar to other things. So the advantage with the JSON notation is that it allows us to recurse insert into the key value pairs like that. For example, if I have a key, the value of that can be another key value pair. Again, inside that value, it can be another key value pair. So like that, it allows me to recurse. So that is one advantage. And I can have something like a list or anything. Like if you see in this awards, yeah, that's an example of what I just now told. Awards is the key. Inside awards, there is another definition for key value pairs. Inside that, another key is wins, nominations, and text corresponding to values 127, 63. So like that, I can go on recursing. So our relational database tables like SQL, as we saw earlier, which has predefined rows and columns, is not ideally suited to represent like this kind of data. Then it will need like n number of levels of tables, and that storage will become complex. So for that, MongoDB is or other database document-oriented structures are optimized to handle these type of data structures. So we will just run these things and see, get familiar with running it. I will just copy paste these things and run. So it will, it's a big file, so that's why it's taking time. So once all are copied, click enter. So it will tell me that, okay, it has inserted 4 objects with these IDs. Then third one is search options. Okay, you can find all the documents. So corresponding to these 4 object IDs, I can get find with find command. Let's just check that. One title is Casablanca. Another title is Spirited Away. Another title is Dark Knight. And the title, Titanic. So these 4 are the entries or documents, as we call it, that we entered into this particular document collection. So then let's suppose we want to find the movies by Christopher Nolan. In this, out of these 4 movies, we want to search for some particular movies by Nolan. We will get the answer as Dark Knight, right? Okay, so as per getting started guide, and any movies out of the 4 movies, which ones are released before 2000, we can copy paste this query and we will get Casablanca and Titanic, right? Yes. Okay, so we found out, I think you guys will get familiar with how to run queries and all. So now actually we are just copy pasting the queries. In the next session, we will actually like try to see the syntax, how we will type into it, how we will write the query and all. So okay, so languages Japanese or Mandarin. That's the last query. So that we will get as Spirited Away as well as Dark Knight. Both have been released in Japanese as well as Mandarin. Then project fields. So project fields are like we saw that key value pairs, many are there. So if you want only some specific thing like title, directors here and all. So that let's try that. Okay, so corresponding to each of the 4 objects, I will get only the title, year and director. So that is what is called a project operation. And second one is I want only ID, title and genre. So let's try that. Okay, so title, drama and genre I will get. Then 6 part is aggregate. Okay, we will not go into like text and all. We will just run this and see what the output is. Okay, we saw that out of the 4 movies, 3 are in genre drama, 2 are genre romance, 1 in war, 1 in adventure, and all others adventure, action, crime, animation, family, 1 each. Because as you can see, a single movie can belong to multiple genres, right? Okay, that's all. Then we will quit it. So that was all about introducing the MongoDB shell. In the next video, we will like formally try to write this CRUD or create, read, update, delete queries for the MongoDB NoSQL database. Thanks and regards. Arun here signing off. Thank you all.